Hi guys and welcome to Gaming Watcher. My name is Rolton and in this video I'll give you the story of the very first strike in Destiny history, the Devil's Lair. This is part of my Destiny 1 series where I'm going through Destiny 1 for the very first time and giving you guys all of the information that I learned along the way, plus my opinion on the game compared to Destiny 2. This strike is one of the strikes that is coming back in year 4 in the new expansion, Beyond Light. So you're going to play it a million billion times. Might as well take a look at what you're in for. Okay, so what is the Devil's Lair? It's named after the fallen house called the House of Devils. Those are the ones with the red colored armor and cloth that you fight at the beginning of Destiny 1. They were for the longest time the city's most pervasive foe, surpassing the Hive until the Cabal Red Legion invasion. In an attempt to take the Traveler, the Devils attacked the city in a battle that would later be called Six Fronts. During the battle, 4 orders of Titans protected the newly constructed walls of the city against the 6 enemy approaches, and not a single front faltered. The Devils faced off against many Guardians who would later become legends such as Lord Shaxx, Saint 14, Osiris, and the Iron Lords. The House of Devils was also a participant in the battle called the Twilight Gap. The Kell of Kings manipulating the other houses pushed for a united effort against the city. Sulkis, Kell of the Devils, answered the request. Uniting with Kings and Winter, they stood together against the city, with the House of Wolves being the only major house unable to join because of the reef stopping them en route. The 3 houses fought against the city and its guardians in what would later be known as the Battle of the Twilight Gap, with the Devils leading the charge. The city managed to push back the United Fallen, with Lord Shaxx leading a counterattack that defeated the United Houses. At the end of the war, the legendary Titan Saint 14 fought against Sulkis, killing him with a headbutt and bringing the Fallen offensive to a close. Since Twilight Gap, the Devils have established a lair in the Cosmodrome close to the city and been led by Riksis, Devil Archon. This is where we're going in this strike. The strike starts off in the Cosmodrome where Fallen and Hive are going at it like it's freaking football day in an English back alley.
Let's have some fun. It's football day.
Now, these enemies are constantly respawning, so unless you just enjoy the slaughter, there's really no reason to interfere. Just follow your raider to the corridors leading into the refinery. Here you're going to hack a fallen shield mesh generator, or rather, your ghost is going to hack it, that is. You know, cause he's the brain of the operation, and you're the dumb brute having to kill everything in your past. Thanks for that, by the way, Bungo. Anyways, enemies are gonna come at you and they're gonna keep coming in waves, each wave more difficult enemies than the last wave. You're gonna fight almost every type of Fallen and Hive enemies during these waves. It's very important to take out the sniping vandals at the back of the room. Several of them wear optic camouflage, so keep your eyes peeled. Towards the end of the final wave, watch out for stealth vandals as they jump up onto the catwalk and slaughter you or your teammates. The battle ends with a fight against a juiced up captain. Once he is down, you can proceed to the next encounter, the Devil Walker. So in the next encounter, you're fighting a walker. This you probably know how to do, but let me tell you, this walker is tough. At least because I was only level 8 at the time of playing this strike, this encounter was really tough, like really tough, like you get the point. To best avoid the walker's damage, pay attention to the lights. A blue light means it's about to fire a barrage of lasers which hit hard but can be dodged, whereas a red one means a devastating area of effect attack that frequently passes through cover. This means move your ass, Guardian! Clear out the ads in the arena so you have a clear shot of the walker. These ads will respawn after a little while, so keep an eye out for enemies creeping up on you. Then it's just a question of taking out the legs one by one, and and when the walker falls over, do massive damage by shooting the core. Good strategy is to try to have someone always distracting the walker so the other two can focus on doing damage. Once the walker is down, there's a couple of things that you should be aware of. First of all, the door behind the walker is going to open up and enemies is going to come pouring through, so be ready for that. The second thing is that there's a vandal sniper above the tunnel who you may not even have noticed throughout the fight. Take him out before he gets a sneaky kill in. Lastly, it's a very good idea before running along to the next part of the strike to go around and pick up all the ammo you can carry. You're going to need it in the final boss fight. For the final fight, you're battling a servitor or a machine god as the Fallen would call it, called Sepix Prime. When you first enter the Devil's Lair, Sepix Prime is invulnerable. You need to kill off all the Fallen there before he'll fire up and start taking and dishing out damage. Like smaller servitors, Sepix Prime takes extra damage in the eye, so don't bother shooting him anywhere else. Don't try to melee or shotgun him, he has a very nasty close range area of effect attack that is very hard to evade once triggered. The biggest danger here is that you'll be flanked by minions. Don't spend the whole strike staring down your scope. Every time you evade an attack, check the radar and glance around. Shanks are a constant threat, but you may also encounter knots of captains, dreads and vandals. On the highest difficulty settings, these can be very tough foes indeed. After killing Sepix, the strike is over. You did it! Good job, Guardians. Zavala will now suck your... Never mind, I got sidetracked. Sorry guys. So that is the very first strike in Destiny history. Now, how does it compare to strikes in Destiny 2? I must say, I feel like Bungie has gotten way more creative with how strikes are structured since this one. This was very simple. You basically had a wave encounter defending a spot, defeating a walker, and then defeating a servitor. That said, I had fun with it. It was difficult as hell. That was probably because of my low level, but I'll have to go back when a higher level to know for sure. Overall, this gave me a feeling that Destiny 2 is a pretty awesome game after all, but I'm still very excited to see the other strikes of Destiny 1. If you found this video to be good, please leave a like on the video, and if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel. That really means the world to me. As always, thank you so much for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next video.